Hey travelers, welcome back to Laura's Travel Talk. Today, in our ongoing series of the 50 U.S. states one a week, we're going to Pennsylvania, the Keystone State. It's fantastic. Pennsylvania is rich in American history, it's got breathtaking nature, it's got vibrant cities, not to mention delicious food and fantastic sports. I mean, there is something to see and do for everyone here. So sit back and let's go through Pennsylvania. Also, I'd like to add that we're going to go through this pretty quickly because there is a lot to see in Pennsylvania, and later down the road I may have to break it up and just do regions. But I wanted to touch on some things so that you have a good view, and in the description I always have a link for all the places, so if you want to read further on one of the items I've listed, click on those links. Also, don't forget to leave me some comments and watch the video all the way through because we have some stunning food to show you at the end, as well as fantastic sports teams. And I love to get the feedback and tell me where you've been in Pennsylvania. So let's kick it off with the Pocono Mountains. Why are they great? Well, they're really a four-season destination because you can go skiing, hiking, you can go look at the waterfalls, you can go to the lakes, have a great weekend, outdoor adventure, family fun. It's really a cool place. My tips for visiting are when you go in the winter, you can go skiing at Camelback or Jack Frost Big Boulder. Look at how the snow slides they set up. Everybody's sledding down, racing. I love that. Also, if you go to Bushkill Falls, it's known as the Niagara of Pennsylvania, and that is a must visit. And lastly, the fall foliage in October is some of the best in the Northeast. That is a not to miss sight. Our next stop is the Amish Country in Lancaster County. Why is it great? Well, it's a peaceful escape into a world of horse-drawn buggies, handcrafted goods, farm-fresh food. It's one of the largest Amish communities in the U.S., and you can experience a simpler way of life. While you're out there, take a horse buggy tour for an authentic experience and go out to the Amish village here and get some handmade jams and baked goods. And just go out and appreciate the Amish and their lifestyle of living. Enjoy. So our next stop is the Eastern State Penitentiary outside of Philly. Why is it great? Well, it's one of the most famous abandoned prisons in the world, and it was once home to Al Capone. Al Capone had a fancy little prison cell. This was not it, of course, but he had pretty cushy situation, I'm told. It's also a top haunted attraction, especially during Halloween time. So my tips for visiting would be take a day tour for eerie historical insight, and then go Halloween hunting for haunted ghosts. But if you want to avoid the crowds, just go early in the morning. Get out to the Eastern State Penitentiary. And I also covered this in one of my eerie videos if you want further information. So our next stop is Gettysburg National Military Park and Museum. It's one of the most historic battlefields in the U.S., and it's where the Civil War's turning point took place. It's got fantastic national park archives and statues. And my tips for visiting would be take the auto tour for an immersive drive through the battlefield. And you can see all the gravestones because there are a lot of them at the Gettysburg battle. You can visit in fall when it's cooler and the foliage is stunning, or take a nighttime ghost tour. It is said that Gettysburg is one of the most haunted places in America, especially on that bridge. Enjoy your horror. So our next stop is Hershey Park and Hershey World, which is in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's about 12 miles outside of Harrisburg, which is the state capital. But it's a massive amusement park, and it's themed around all Hershey's chocolate. It features roller coasters, a water park, and there's a free chocolate making tour. My husband and I have been here. We did not stay at that Hershey hotel, but we took the chocolate making tour. And I would suggest buying tickets online because you can go in, you can create your own chocolate bars, and they teach you everything, all things Hershey. And a little added note is that Mr. Hershey was very philanthropic. And not only does he have the Hotel Hershey in Hershey Park, but he did the Hershey Theater, the Hershey Arena, the Hershey Park Stadium, Hershey Park Gardens, Zoo, High Point Mansion is where he and his wife lived, and the Milton Hershey School for underprivileged at the time, and now they have scholarships for higher learning. So hats off to Mr. Hershey. So our next stop is Pittsburgh, the Steel City. I love this town. My husband and I enjoyed this place so much. I can't even describe it. It's great because it's a vibrant city with stunning skyline views, like that one. It's got museums, sports culture. It's home to the Andy Warhol Museum, Carnegie Museums, PNC Park. You can ride that Duquesne Incline for the best views of the downtown up, so you can look down and see the Point State Park and where the three rivers meet. The three rivers are the Ohio River, the Allegheny River, and the Monongahela River. And it used to be that the Steelers and the Pirates used to play at Three Rivers Stadium. That's where they got their name, because the three rivers meet. Also, it has a fantastic downtown, so you can walk around down there and enjoy some of the buildings. And there's great food, which we'll touch on in a minute, like the Primanti Brothers sandwich. Holy cow. But you can go down and see that Point State Park. That's fantastic. Look at all the people. I think that was a 4th of July celebration. And there is the Andy Warhol Museum and the Carnegie Museums. There's one with the American history. So get out to see Pittsburgh, because I'm telling you, this place is fantastic. And if you sit up and watch a baseball game in the Pittsburgh Pirates ballpark and you look out at the yellow bridges that are lit up, it's phenomenal. Enjoy. Well, let's go take a look at Philadelphia. And like I said, I could almost do a separate video on each of these cities. Philadelphia is the birthplace of America, and it's also known as the city of brotherly love, or the brotherly shove as of the last few years, a la the Eagles. It's home to Independence Hall, the Liberty Bell, and the Museum of the American Revolution. It's got all these fantastic sites inside the Independence Hall. The Liberty Bell is right across the way. And then here's the Museum of the American Revolution. There's so much to see here, you guys. And then this is Elfreth's Alley. It's the oldest continuously inhabited street in America. It's kind of cool, I thought. And then if you're downtown, you got to go down to the Reading Terminal Market for all the treats, Dutch donuts, pierogies, Philly cheesesteaks. It's crazy in there, but it is so fun. And then, you got to go look at the stairs in front of the Philadelphia Museum of Art for the old Rocky statue. Now, the Rocky statue has been moved down to the bottom of the stairs so that all can get to it, because those stairs are no joke, folks. No joke. Well, as promised, we're going to look at some of this fantastic food that they have in Pennsylvania. And we're going to start out with the ongoing battle between who has the best cheesesteak in Philly, Geno's or Pat's, and they're actually diagonal across the street from each other. I personally prefer Pat's, but everybody has their choice. You just go up and you get at the window and you go one whit whiz, and out comes that beautiful sandwich. It's fantastic. And then the next thing is soft pretzels. Philadelphia has fantastic soft pretzels. You go out of the airport, if you rent a car, as you're going out of the booth, they hand you warm pretzels in a little packet. Why wouldn't you? Love it. And then we have shoofly pie. That is an Amish dessert, and it is made with molasses. Yum. And as mentioned earlier, in Pittsburgh, you have the Primanti Brothers. Holy cow. I've been to Primanti Brothers and had that sandwich. You order whatever meat you want, whatever sandwich, but they just go ahead and throw the fries and the coleslaw on the sandwich, because why mess around and put it on the side with a fork? It's all going to end up in the same place anyway. It's a lot of food, but it is delicioso. And then, we already talked about Hershey's, but look at that cake. I'm not even a chocolate person, and that cake looks phenomenal. And then we got to look at the pierogies, which are predominant in Pittsburgh, and they're really a Polish food, but they're the Eastern European dumpling. They're filled with cheese, potatoes, or meat. Oh, holy cow. I love those. That's my favorite food there. Okay, we're going to take a look at some of Pennsylvania's sports, and they have some mighty sports teams, but we're going to have to run through them. First off, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. They were established in 1933, and they have been to the Super Bowl 5 times with 2 wins, 2018 and just one in 2025. Some of their notable players: Reggie White, Chuck Bednarik, Donovan McNabb, Brian Dawkins, Jason Kelsey, Nick Foles, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. Holy cow, they had a year. So next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers were established in 1933. They have been to 8 Super Bowls, and they have won 6 of them, which ties them with the New England Patriots for the most Super Bowl victories in NFL history. They won in 75, 76, 79, 80, 2006, and 2009. And their notable players are none other than Terry Bradshaw, Franco Harris, Mean Joe Green, Jack Lambert and Jack Ham, Hines Ward, Big Ben Roethlisberger, and Troy Polamalu. Steelers. Next up, we go to the MLB, and we go to the Philadelphia Phillies. They were established in 1883, and they're recognized as the oldest continuous one-name, one-city franchise in American professional sports, not just baseball. The Phillies have appeared in the World Series 8 times with 2 wins, 1980 and 2008. And notable players? Well, Mike Schmidt, hello, Steve Carlton, Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Bryce Harper, Roy Halladay. Okay, they got some good names. So next up, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pittsburgh Pirates were founded in 1882 as the Pittsburgh Alleghenies, but then they adopted the name the Pirates in 1891. They have appeared in the World Series 7 times with 5 wins: 1909, 1925, 1960, 1971, and 1979. Some of their notable players are Honus Wagner, one of baseball's all-time greats. As a matter of fact, if you have a Honus Wagner baseball card from the early 1900s, you can sell it for $6 to $7 million. Roberto Clemente, Willie Stargell, Bill Mazeroski, Barry Bonds, and Andrew McCutcheon. Great team. Next, we'll hop over to the NBA, to the Philadelphia 76ers. They were founded in 1946 as the Syracuse Nationals. Then they relocated to Philly in 63 and rebranded as the Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers have been to the NBA Finals 9 times, and they have 3 NBA titles. And they have been led by some notable players such as Wilt Chamberlain, Julius Erving, Dr. J, Charles Barkley, Allen Iverson, Moses Malone, Joel Embiid, and Hal Greer. I don't even play basketball, and I know all those names. That's some big team names. Okay, we're going to skate on over to the NHL. See what I did there? And look at the Pittsburgh Penguins. They were established in 1967 as part of the NHL's expansion from 6 teams to 12 teams. And since then, the Penguins have become one of the league's most successful franchises. They have been to the Stanley Cup Finals 6 times. And of those 6 times, they have won 5 Stanley Cup trophies. Unbelievable. Some of their notable players? Sit back on this one. Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Marc-Andre Fleury, Ron Francis, Chris Letang. Really? All right, let's take a look at the Philadelphia Flyers in the NHL. They were also part of the NHL's expansion in 67 from 6 teams to 12 teams, and they quickly made their mark. becoming the first expansion team to win the Stanley Cup, achieving that feat in 1974 and 75. So they've been to the Stanley Cup Finals 8 times, and they have won twice, 1974 and 75, back-to-back victories. So some of their notable players: Bobby Clark, Bernie Parent, Eric Lindros, Mark Howe, John LeClaire, Claude Giroux, and Ron Hextall. The Philadelphia Flyers have become a tough team, and they fight hard, and they are known for their toughness on the ice. And that's the Flyers. Okay, y'all, I know this one runs long, but there is a lot in Pennsylvania. They have fantastic food, fantastic things to see, and fantastic sports. Holy cow. So thank you for joining, and we'll see you again next week when I add another state to our 50 U.S. states, one a week. And if you would be so kind to subscribe and like, and put some comments in the comment section and let me know where you'd rather go in Pennsylvania first, because there's lots to see. And I'll see you next week. And in the meantime, don't eat too much chocolate.